Hi, everyone, and welcome. We're so excited you're here, and we hope this session helps you feel more confident and prepared for move-in. To keep things clear and easy to follow, we've broken today's webinar into three main sections: what to do before you arrive, what to expect on move-in day, what to know after you have moved in. Let's start by looking at what you'll want to take care of before you arrive on campus.
Alrighty, part one before you move in. So, moving to student housing at Cal State Monterey Bay is a major milestone, and we're here to help you feel confident and prepared for the big day in August. So, August 18th, we are going to have our residence halls and our East Campus courts moving in. August 19th, we're going to have North Quad, Promontory, Gavilon, and a couple more East Campus courts moving in. And last but not least, on August 20th, we are going to have East Campus courts and a couple late arrivals. So, let's begin with what you should take care of before you get here by first step reviewing your housing assignment. Knowing your housing assignment gives you a clear picture of where you'll be living, who you'll be living with, and when you're expected to moving in. This helps you make important decisions like which unloading zones to head to, where to pick up your keys, and how many people you'll be sharing your space with. It also helps you plan your travel around your specific move-in and appointment time. To find your assignment, go to the CSUMB website and log into your dashboard with your Otter ID and password. Then, within that dashboard, locate and open the My Housing portal. On the portal homepage, scroll to the bottom and look for the section labeled Upcoming Booking. That's where you'll find your building, room number, and the names of your roommates. Quick heads up though, while most assignments are finalized by now, some small changes may still happen as we wrap up placements. If anything changes, we'll be sure to let you know by email. Just be sure to check your assignment again as we get closer to move-in day.
Awesome. Well, getting in touch with your roommates. Once you've reviewed who your roommates are, the next step is to reach out and say hello. Unfortunately, this is not Love Island, but first impressions still go a long way. Connecting early helps you set the tone for how you want to live together, and it avoids awkward overlap, like everyone showing up with three gaming consoles and no cleaning supplies. Priorities. You'll find each roommate or suite mate CSUMB email listed in your housing portal under your booking details. While social media is great, we suggest starting off with an email. It's a little more thoughtful and less likely to involve old photos, like prom photos. This one simple step really makes a difference. According to the Association of College and University Housing Officers, students who connect with your roommates before move-in are 30% less likely to experience ongoing roommate conflicts during the semester. Now, reviewing your housing rates. Another important part of your move-in prep is reviewing your housing and dining rates. Understanding your charges now will help you feel more prepared as the semester starts. On our website, under the student housing rates page, you'll find all the key info, such as payment due dates, how late fees work, and even a walkthrough on how to submit payments through Oasis. On Oasis, scroll down to the finance section and click account inquiries to view your housing and dining charges. And a pro tip, bookmark that page now. It's about to become your new financial home base. Now, review the what to bring list. One of the most helpful resources we provide is the what to bring page on our website. There you'll find a printable PDF checklist and detailed info on items that are allowed and what should stay at home. The list also includes what's already provided in your furnished space: a twin XL bed, desks and chairs, dressers or drawers, wardrobe or closet, overhead light, and window blinds. Basically, the essentials minus the snacks and personality. That's what you bring. Here are some suggested items to pack: bedding for twin XL, towels, toiletries, and a shower caddy, laundry supplies, a drying rack, extra desk lamp, power strips, surge protectors, cleaning supplies, storage bins, comfortable shoes and clothes for layering, and don't forget your prescription medication. Some items to leave behind, drugs, alcohol, tobacco products. Please leave those behind. Air conditioners or space heaters, burners, hot plates, toasters, candles, pets other than fish, weapons such as fireworks, unsafe chemicals, extension cords, and last but not least, mini fridges and microwaves, since all residents living in residence halls will be provided with one in room. You can scan the QR code to get a full printable list. Get the list for yourself. But yeah, please note, residents living in residence halls will be provided with one mini fridge and one microwave per room. That's very, very important. Sorry if I didn't express that enough. And pro tip, please label your boxes carefully with your full name, building, and room number. It saves time and avoids the mystery of whose box of socks is this.
Next, you will want to review your move-in maps. To avoid confusion on move-in day, take time to review our directional and unloading maps. These will be linked to your appointment selection email and posted on our move-in webpage. Trust us, move-ins is not the time to rely on your dad's navigation strategy. The maps cover everything, the right entrance based on where you're driving from, exactly where your loading zone is, and additional parking spaces. Interactive and printable versions are also available. We recommend reviewing this information. It'll help you stay coordinated if you split up during unloading because nothing says college kickoff like trying to find your mom in a parking lot with 4 identical minivans. Know what you need to receive your keys. To get your keys, you'll need 2 things, your move-in QR code and your Otter card, or a valid photo ID if you don't have them yet. No QR code, no keys. It's like a concert ticket for your room. By the way, we will have a QR code printout template on our move-in webpage so your mom can cut it out for her scrapbook. You'll find the QR code at the top of your My Housing portal homepage. Some phones might not display it properly because technology likes to keep us humble, so printing it from a computer is your safest bet. If you already picked up your Otter card at orientation, you're good to go. If not, no problem. You can upload a photo online and grab your card during check-in, or you may be directed to the Otter Student Union. Pro tip, pack your QR code and ID in your day bag during the trip because no one wants to be the person frantically unpacking their bedding in the parking lot just to find a wallet.
Now moving on to how to purchase your parking permit. Make sure to purchase your parking permit before moving in. It lets you focus on settling in without stressing about citations or towing. Just visit the parking services website. Use the menu on the left to click purchase a permit and follow the steps to complete your order. Every resident needs to have a parking permit that matches their housing location. Most of you will need a main campus permit if you are living in the res halls. Parents and supporters, guest permits are also available through the parking services website. We recommend purchasing them at least 3 days in advance. That way, no one's running around the parking lot asking, "Where do I get a permit?" just to end up in the line behind 5 other people doing the same thing.
Now that we've covered everything you need to do before move-in, let's walk through what the day will actually look like. Move-in day is full of energy, excitement, and activities for our residential otters. So having a clear plan can make the experience smoother for everyone involved. We've broken the day into a few key steps to help you stay organized. Let's start with what to do before you leave for campus. So, as you're getting ready to head out, double check that you have everything you'll need readily accessible in a day bag or folder. These items will save you time and a whole lot of digging through suitcases in the parking lot. Think of it as your move-in survival kit. Here are some of the most essential items to pack up front. Your move-in QR code, printed or screenshotted just in case. Your Otter card or government-issued photo ID, move-in maps and driving directions, parking permit and any temporary passes for extra cars helping you move in, a water bottle, snacks, and layers of clothing, and a key, chain, or lanyard for your keys. Pro tip, Monterey weather can shift quickly, so layers are your best friends, and hydration is key during the big move.
Now, you've arrived on campus. So when it's time to head to campus, please arrive at your designated unloading zone during your designated 15-minute window. This helps keep wait times low and our process moving for everyone. It's kind of like a dance. We all look better when we show up on beat. There are 2 main entrances to CSUMB, Light Fighter Drive to 2nd Avenue and Reservation Road to Imgen Parkway to 2nd Avenue. If you're moving into the residence halls, North Quad, or Gavilon, we strongly recommend that you take Light Fighter Drive as all of our maps will lead you through that route. If you're moving into Promontory, you can take either exit and we will have maps showcasing both routes. And if you're moving into East Campus, we recommend you take the reservation road as our maps will showcase that direction. Once you're near campus, follow the blue directional signage to your unloading area. University police and parking services will be on site directing the traffic. Now, if you're arriving in multiple vehicles, here's the move. The smaller vehicle, ideally with the one that has the student, should head to the unload zone for check-in. The other vehicle, especially if it's carrying most of your belongings, should follow signs to lot 59 for long-term parking before or after unloading. If you're moving into East Campus, Promontory, North Quad, or Gavilan Hall, you will go directly to your designated parking lot, apartment, or lot 71, where you can pick up your keys on your court or building. We will discuss this information more in detail in the day 2 check-in section.
Next is unloading zones. As you enter your designated unloading zone at your designated time, you'll be greeted by our friendly staff. At your unload zone, your time slot will be verified. If you're a single driver, meaning no one else is in your car, you will be directed to an unload zone that is different from those with multiple passengers. If you're in a vehicle with multiple people, it is important to note that the driver of the vehicle should not be the student, as the driver will not be permitted to leave the vehicle and will need to move the vehicle as soon as the car is unloaded. If you have an oversized vehicle or a U-Haul, you will be directed to a different unload zone in lot 59. If you arrive prior to your scheduled time slot, you will not be able to move forward. Pro tip, don't pocket it and forget it. A lanyard or keychain will save you from an accidental game of hide and seek with your keys. Next, checking in and getting your keys. Once you pull into your unload zone, you will have 15 minutes to unload. One person will need to remain in the car at all times. Once all items have been unloaded into one of our bins, a driver will move the car to lot 59. The student will then take their items to the check-in table located around their building. They will present their student ID or government-issued license or photo ID to get their keys. Once you have your keys, you'll be able to move your items into your new room. Welcome tables will be nearby, where you can ask questions and get help locating your room. Our welcome team will be easy to spot. They'll be in light green shirts and even lighter moods. If you need a hand or directions, just ask. And if you borrow a moving cart, please return it within an hour. If you have any questions prior to arriving at your unload zone, you can stop at the info lot, where we will have information tables and an activity and refreshment area for those who arrive at their unload zone early. Day 2 check-in for second years and upper division residents. Please keep in mind that move-in day 2, Wednesday, August 19th, is designated for second year and upper division residents moving into North Quad, Gavilan, and Promontory. Residents moving into North Quad and Promontory will unload in the North Quad or Promontory lots. Moving carts will be provided, and residents will check in and pick up their keys at the check-in table near their building. Residents moving into Gavilan will unload in lot 71. Moving carts will be provided in lot 71, and residents will check in and pick up their keys at the check-in table near their building. All East Campus residents will unload directly at their courts. Residents will also check in and pick up their keys at the check-in area on their court, which will also be their community advisors unit.
If you're a part of an international program and are incoming international student, your check-in will take place in Building 12, known as Redwood Hall, on Wednesday, August 19th from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. If you're not sure where that is, don't worry. Your program leaders will be there to guide you and to check you in the location when you arrive. As part of your check-in, you'll also receive your room keys. Think of it as the express key pickup. After you've checked in and attended all required program meetings or gatherings, there will be campus helpers available to guide you to your next location. Just look for the friendly faces in the light green shirts. They're there to help. If you have any questions about day of logistics, please reach out directly to your program leaders. All right, so you've made it through move-in day, but the experience does not stop there. In fact, this next part is one of the most important and exciting aspects of joining the Otter Raft: settling in, getting involved, and beginning to build your new community. Once your room feels like home and your posters are up, at least mostly straight, there's a whole campus waiting for you. Let's take a look at what you can expect after your move-in. Settle into your space. Once your things are in your room, it's time to start making the space your own. Start with the basics: bedding, toiletries, and a few daily essentials. The small bit of setup goes a long way in helping you feel comfortable, even if the rest of your boxes are still in organized chaos mode. There's also a perfect moment to add some personality. Some otter swag, photos, posters, a cozy blanket, or some soft lighting can really transform the space.
After setting up your room, take a little time to explore your new surroundings. Each housing area has different amenities, and knowing where things are early on can really help you feel settled. Here's a quick checklist of some spots to locate. Think study rooms and lounges for quiet time or group projects. The laundry room, make sure you know where it is and how the machines work. You'll want to find the trash and recycling areas. The shared kitchens or kitchenettes, if your community has them, and your mailbox location. You'll need this for receiving mail and small packages. And some more on mail. If you receive a package that doesn't fit in your mailbox, you'll get an email notification from Pitney Bowes when it's ready for pickup at the main housing office in Building 12 or the Promontory Leasing Office, depending on where you live. If you live in East Campus, you'll be assigned a mailbox out there, and packages will be delivered directly to your doorstep. Now, one of the first things you'll do after settling in is meet your resident advisor, RA, or community advisor, CA. These are trained student leaders who live in your community and are here to support you throughout the year. Think of them as part guide, part resource, and part, hey, let's talk if something feels off. Your RA or CA will also walk you through your roommate agreement. This helps you and your roommates set expectations around things like cleaning, quiet hours, and sharing items. It's a simple but meaningful way to start building respect and clear communication right from the beginning. You'll also attend your first community meeting. This one's mandatory. During the meeting, you'll learn about important safety procedures, building policies, and community events happening in the first few weeks. Parents and families. While your student attends their first community meeting, we invite you to join us for the parent and family reception on move-in day. This special event is our way of welcoming you and recognizing the important role that you play in your student's journey. Enjoy light refreshments, hear a warm welcome from CSUMB's president, and connect with other Otter families. We hope to see you there.
Hi, everyone. Now, we understand that moving is a really big step for everyone, not just your students. So, as your student is doing the community meetings, please come check us out for the parent and family reception. You'll learn a lot of information. However, for your students, Otter Days is a week-long event full of programming across campus so that your student is able to get adjusted to our campus, explore different areas, meeting new people, and get adjusted as they begin their first week of classes. Now, we do have some events here that we want to highlight. Welcome back Bingo. If you have a competitive touch and or feel and you want to have some fun, Bingo is a great way to get connected and meet other students. We have Playfair event, which is giant team building and icebreakers where you get to build strong connections and bond with students. Next, we have our new student convocation. Now, this is required in our formal welcome to you as we celebrate your journey here at Cal State Monterey Bay. You'll get to hear from university leadership. You'll also be able to start and mark your tradition of joining our university. Along with that, we have other events that are movie night. That is our dive-in movie night, no water included, even if we're close to the bay. And this will be featuring Project Hail Mary. Additionally, we also have class founding tours. So if you haven't gotten a chance to learn where your classes are at, we will have orientation leaders available to support you and take you directly to your classes to relieve some anxiety. And you can join us for our annual tradition of the plunge, which we will all jump into the Pacific Ocean to start off the school year and eat s'mores and enjoy some snacks afterwards. We also have a comedy show that will be featuring a Louisiana raised comedian, Jen Colbert, and they were featured in some popular shows like American Horror Story, The Mandalorian, Ted, and many other featured films that you could definitely check us out whenever we
see our comedy show. All of this information can be found in my raft under events happening or specifically under Otter Days events. And if you have any questions in regards to that, please feel free to let us know and we'll be able to support you. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that not only is move in a really big step for the students, but it's also a big step for the families and supporters. Now, saying goodbye is emotional, and I want you to know that that is completely normal and okay. But our advice is to keep it short, sweet, and supportive so that we can have a welcoming experience for your student, and a goodbye helps them begin that transition with confidence. Now, if you're feeling like you're having emotions overflow and you're tearing up a little bit, you are not alone. This is part of the process, and we're here to support you and your students. But we do want to take a moment to thank you for the love, encouragement, and support that you've given your students to be able to reach this point. Make sure that you give them the rite of passage and give them that big last hug and squeeze. But we do want you to know that for your send off, we have that parent and family reception. It's going to be in our Otter Student Union ballroom. And additionally, in October, we have our Raft Weekend, which is October 8th through 11th. And this is a great way for you to come back, visit our campus, support your student, and reconnect with how much everything has grown throughout the month that your student has been here, and attend some of our other events and get connected with them. And this is what we have for you.
Righty, now let's go over some final reminders. So before we wrap up, let's go over the top move-in tips and common mistakes so you can feel extra prepared. So let's start with the move-in tips. Use soft-like items like towels or blankets to protect fragile belongings. Bring a doll or your cart if you have one. It'll speed up the process, but please keep in mind that our residence halls do not have elevators. Dress in layers and stay hydrated. Marina's weather changes very quickly. Pack snacks, water, and a charger for the day. Keep important documents accessible and ready. Know where you're headed, which is your unloading zone, your room, and of course, coordinate with roommates to avoid duplications. Unpack the essentials first. Take breaks and meet your RAs and CAs. And last but not least, label every box with your full name, building, and room number. Now, let's go over the top 5 common mistakes. Number 1 being overpacking. Remember, space is limited. Number 2, not checking your CCMB email. That is where we send all of our updates. Number 3, skipping the community meeting. Not only is it mandatory, but it is extremely helpful. Number 4, ignoring your class schedule or campus map. And number 5, forgetting to charge your phone the night before.
So before we go into our question and answer session for our presentation, let's take a moment to just acknowledge all the people who were able to make this possible. Thank you so much to everybody on these slides. We really appreciate it.
Okay. And now it's time for your questions. We'll take as many as we can during the next 10 minutes, but if we don't get to yours, don't worry. You can always reach out to student housing and residential life at student housing underscore or student underscore housing at csumb.edu, or check out our move-in website. Here are a few of the common questions that we saw in the question and answer box. When is my move-in date and time? Your assigned date and time will be emailed to your CSUME email. Be sure to arrive during the selected window to keep traffic moving slowly. What do I need to check in? Bring your move-in QR code, print it or screenshot, and your Otter ID card or a valid photo ID. Without them, you won't be able to reserve your room keys. All right. Where do I go when I arrive? Start at your designated unloading zone. Staff and volunteers will help guide you from there. What should I bring and not bring? You need the essentials like bedding, twin extra large, toiletries, and comfortable clothes. Leave items like candles, pets, unless approved, and hot plates at home. What happens after I move in? You'll meet your RA and your CA, attend your first community meeting, and join Otter Days, a series of fun and helpful welcome events to kick off your year.
We saw, can students request their beds be elevated on risers prior to move-in so that it's elevated during move-in? Residents will need to place a work order to raise and lower the beds. Work orders can be placed via your housing portal. We also saw, are small air fryers or rice makers allowed? These items are allowed in communal kitchen areas. Residents are not able to use these items inside their dorm. Please check out our community standards on our housing website. As it's listed, it says acceptable kitchen appliances that can be used in communal kitchens of the residence halls, suites, and apartments include air fryers, electric fry pans, pod-based coffee machines, toasters, toaster ovens, rice cookers, and blenders. Another question we had was, when will students be able to see their time slot for move-in? Your assigned date and time will be emailed to your CSUMB email. Please make sure to arrive during your selected window to keep traffic flowing smoothly. Additionally, what do I need to bring to check in? So please make sure to bring your move-in QR code printed or screenshot and your Otter card or valid photo ID. Without them, you won't be able to receive your room keys. And where do I go when I arrive? It's start at your designated unload zone. Staff and volunteers will guide you from there. What should I bring and not bring? You'll need the essentials like twin bedding, twin XL, toiletries, and comfortable clothes. And leave items like candles, pets, unless approved, and hot plates at home. And what happens after I've moved in? You'll meet your RA and CA and attend your first community meeting and join Otter Days, a series of fun and helpful welcome events to kick off your year. And last or few we got, we have, can you repeat which parking lots for East Campus? I saw lot 59 and 71 for Promontory and North Quad, but forgot for each campus. For that in East Campus, you'll go directly to your unit to get your key from your CA's unit. And then lastly, we have, if you're taking a car and leaving it there in the parking lot that was mentioned, or would they like to park elsewhere? You can park in the overflow lots for move-in and then move it to a designated 24/7 lot after. Please refer to the parking office for more information.
Additional questions we have in the queue. Why can't I bring extension cords? The use of extension cords or daisy chains, with the exception of UL approved power strips with surge protectors, is prohibited. Power strips must include a surge protector, on and off switch, and reset button. Do I need a parking pass at East Campus for move-in day, or will there be designated spots? East Campus residents will receive their parking permits through the parking website. For more information on East Campus permits, you can contact parking@csumb.edu.
If we did not answer your question today, please email student_housing@csumb.edu and we'll be happy to help.
We know this is a major milestone, and we're truly honored to be a part of your journey. From here on out, our experience will be filled with learning, growth, and unforgettable moments. College is more than just a place to live. It's a place to build relationships, develop your independence, and discover who you are. And for you, that journey starts with Move-In and Otter Days. Thank you so much for joining us today. We can't wait to welcome you to the raft, and we'll see you on Move-In Day. Go Otters!